Bernsey, we're back. Week 3 of
Week
the high
three.
school
See, it's
football
going by so
playoffs.
fast,
It's just
you've lost
flying.
track.
It's just flying by. SHG and Bloomington. Bloomington's been in 4 championship games, never won one. SHG has been in 6 championship games.
Won 2.
They've won 2. So two 6A programs steeped in tradition. They haven't met since they were both 4A. A long time ago, 94 was the last time they met. What do we know about Bloomington?
Daryl and Dunn. That's all you need to know about Bloomington. One of the best running backs, probably south of I-80. Going to be a completely different runner than Dan Artist than Rich Woods presented for SHG last week. Dunn likes to slash. He likes to dash. He likes to spin around. And SHG knows what it's in for, but they're playing awfully well right now. You know, they've just really got themselves together, particularly on defense. Zach Benty, those guys, Blake Pranger. They've got an idea of what's going on, and they're taking a lot of pride in being able to stop the stud muffins on the other side.
You know, Bernsey, did the Montini game, before the Montini game, SHD was up here on this pedestal, and they lose the Montini, and then it seems like, well, they haven't played, you know, conference is down and blah, blah, blah. I think they've reawakened the echoes a little bit. I think their playoff run, they've been really, really good. They've seen a conference school that came back and played them, an old rival that threw the ball against them. They've seen a team known for running the ball. Now they're going to see a team, Daryl and Dunn, 250 plus yards last week against Normal Community. So, you know, now we're getting into the 6A territory is where I'm saying.
Well, now Glenwood's a legit 6A team.
Okay.
Ridgewoods kind of goes back and forth a little bit. The kids are motivated by last year. Last year embarrassed those kids. SHG teams don't go 1-and-out in the playoffs. You know, they may get to the quarterfinals and stumble. They may, you know, lose in the semifinals. But to go 1-and-out last year, that embarrassed those kids, particularly the seniors. So they're trying to prove something this year. I think they'll get Bloomington. I think they'll beat Bloomington, and then they got to go either to Rock Island or to New Lenox Providence. Which
They would love to go to New Lenox
They'd
Providence.
love to go to New Lenox, just trying to prove something on a couple of levels. They lost that championship game a few years ago, and then they got beat last year here at Memorial Stadium. So, yeah, they'd like to go to New Lenox, but right now, I think they better just take whatever they can get. Get Bloomington, get whoever's next, and try to get Champaign.
One of the things that I figured out, first time since 1994, SHG has a 1,000-yard receiver, John Lance.
Right.
They've got a 1,000-yard rusher, Gary Wilson. They've got a 2,000-yard quarterback, Tim Dondonville. And they've got 2 guys that have scored over 100 points this season. First time since 1994.
And, you know, it's been a while since SHG's had the one-year quarterback. You know, they've had Dondonville for 2 years. There was Bernice before that. Eric Peterman was really there 2.5 years. So they've had a little more continuity as far as keeping their offense going. And I mean, they're averaging 42 points a game, Ruppert. And it's hard to bet against them. Third straight home game, it's going to be hard to think Bloomington's going to come in here and knock them off.
Yep. I like the Sykes.
So do I. I don't like the idea of maybe having to go to New Lenox next week, but we may be headed that way.
You got your choice, New Lenox or Rock Island, and I think I'll take Rock Island.
Tweedledee or Tweedledum. I'll say 42-24.
You heard it from the czar. www.sjr.com. We'll be back next week to talk about the semifinals in Class 6A.